Live, recorded moments earlier.
In front of a live, studio audience. Hello, folks. This is Real Honesty with John Ritland. I am John Ritland, a Jeff Hardy shirt. That is...
The Durbinator.
It
in
is.
An Undertaker shirt.
Yes. And this is a WWE Payback San Jose review.
Yes.
And quite the fun show it turned out to be once the main show started. We will get to the pre-show, though, really quick. Renee Young in her Beetlejuice jacket.
Yes. Lovely choice.
And King...
Bring in the crazy, since Ambrose wasn't part of this.
I think she's the crazier one in bed.
Stories for later.
Yes, moving on from that. King, of course, stole the shirt from...
Akeem?
Yes,
the African Dream.
Yes. He was not a one-man gang that time. Enzo and Cass versus Gallows and Anderson. We've seen it before. It wasn't a bad match. But Enzo and Cass winning. Why don't you just release Gallows and Anderson and put him back in Japan? I mean, seriously.
Or, I don't know, push them right.
Oh, well, that too.
Or maybe use the Ascension better, you know? These two excellent tag teams that you're not using.
And what in the world, why are the Usos still around? At least as tag team champions.
To be used as stepping stones.
Yeah, this is true. As opposed to their dad that just weighs a ton of stones. Ha! UK reference. Broken Matt, but why Golden Truth? I mean, that was good. That was good
because
stuff.
If you need crazy in the party, there's no crazy better than both those tag teams in the same room.
Still, Heel Truth. I loved Heel Truth. That was great. Charlie, wow, she looked great. Sheamus and Cesaro looking really awkward, but it led to fun.
Sheamus and Cesaro.
Do.
I love that they were doing that, though.
That was good stuff. I actually did watch that episode back. Miz TV with Balor. Well, that was pointless. And Balor beat up... Did Balor's concussion give him speech problems? Because, I mean... I know that it's the Irish accent. I've heard him talk before, and I've never had that difficulty understanding him. Maybe it's his leather boy persona that's, making him unable to talk. I don't know. Yarp. All right. Anyway, so now on to the main show. That tag match was shit on the pre-show, though. Yeah. So anyway, Jericho versus Owens for the U.S. title. My God, what a pop for Jericho. Good God. That was really, really good. That was a great match.
Get in, man.
Yes.
We all had Owens winning,
yes.
But...
The Rainbow Bright Scarf of Jericho.
Makes you wonder why they let Jericho win. Like, are they going to just retire the belt?
God, please no. Because I think that Owens wins it on SmackDown, and then Jericho leaves. Or they have Jericho come back for Backlash during his, on a day off from his tour with Fozzy Waka Waka. And then he loses the belt. Maybe, somebody said a triple threat.
Loses the belt to Balor.
No, because he's on SmackDown now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Maybe Zayn pops in.
Or to Nakamura.
Yes. They're probably going to have Nakamura face Ziggler. I didn't say it was a good idea. But anyway. It was actually better to me than their WrestleMania match. And that's not to say the WrestleMania match was bad, but
yeah.
Jericho signing the kids list at the end was really nice. I was surprised that they told the story of Owens, not being able to handle his hand injury, where his hand was clearly caught in the steel steps. Clearly. He couldn't have possibly gotten it out. But still, Jericho won. It was a little bit surprising.
Not the worst selling of an injury, though.
This is true. We will get to that in a bit. My God. I enjoyed it, though. I enjoyed the match. Bit shocked that Jericho won. I'm not going to give it a downgrade because of that.
No.
Because Owens will win the title back, because he's got the merch with the U.S. title on there. He either wins it on SmackDown and Jericho goes away, or Backlash, and they have that. That could be fine. It's a short-term thing.
Let us all still revel in the irony of a Canadian holding the U.S. Championship.
And shall we revel in Neville? I don't swing that way. But, Neville versus Aries.
Yes.
Yes, great match. Great match.
And we were both kind of right in our predictions. You said Neville would retain. I said Aries would win.
This is true. You never said he would win the title. You never said specifically.
So...
We were both right. I mean...
Everybody wins!
Hooray! What?
Except for Aries. He doesn't get the championship.
Aries goes home with Thea Trinidad, though. You've seen pictures of her. I've shown you. Yes, he wins.
Winning.
This was great. I'm not aging this joke. Neville, though, keeping the title.
Positive.
HIV positive.
All right, let's not make those jokes anymore.
Moving on from that, yes. The DQ finish, though, protected both guys. Clean. Right? There's one just down the road. Great finish. And I enjoyed it because Neville showed like the scrappy thing, I'll do anything to win.
Yeah.
Loved it. Thought it was well done. And it keeps the whole thing going where Neville can say, hey, I've beaten you twice. I don't have anything to prove. Aries can get a rematch at either Extreme Rules or push it to July. Push it to SummerSlam when he could win.
Push it.
Push it real good? No. That's not salt or pepper. It's black tar heroin. Anyway, right? Therefore, yes.
Like zoinks.
Like I just got it, man. Like
All right.
Scooby, Dooby, Doo. So I would say so far the match of the night, it was damn good. Even with the finish. Even with the finish, it was damn good.
It was well played.
Yes. And Aries, of course, giving us an earful afterwards. The Hardys.
Are you sure that wasn't Neville?
Yes. Will-a-evil, as you would say.
Yes. Neville
Yes.
Will-a-evil.
Hardys, Sheamus, Cesaro, match just going practically full broken during the match. Wonderful.
We were all expecting that
Yes.
moment where he just like get up and he's just like, but it didn't happen.
It will happen though on Raw. I think it will. Brother Nero chance. It was fun with a good pace. Match was set perfectly. Sheamus and Cesaro had a reason to turn heel.
Yeah.
They'd done everything right, and they were like, "That's it. Screw it. We're snapping." And it was perfect.
And Sheamus is much better at being a heel than Cesaro is at being a face.
This is true, which is sad because Cesaro's likable, but they've done
Cesaro,
nothing.
they haven't had time to build a character enough
Yeah.
for people to truly appreciate Cesaro as a face, and Cesaro can be a great heel if they make him.
And he was a heel actually for the first couple of years of his career, and he can be a great babyface, but Vince doesn't see money in him because he's too Swiss. Yet Reigns is not over enough.
He's tall, he's got power, he's got speed, but Vince, he likes big sweaty men.
Yes, hashtag big sweaty men. I enjoyed the match though, and the Hardys retaining was fine.
Yep.
Sets up for a good match, maybe even Extreme Rules if you want to push this further. Still good. And now we go for a fourth good match in a row. Alexa and Bayley, women's title match. Good.
Oh, yes.
Very good quality.
Like I said, though, Bayley is good, but Alexa is bliss.
Yes, she is. This was the battle of the asses. It was.
5 feet of fury.
Yes. 5 feet of fury. What? Bayley really has that nice ass. I'll just say again. Sorry, just saying. Come on. I can be misogynistic once in a while. Once in a. Okay, I didn't get struck by lightning.
No, we're inside.
Right. Yeah. So that won't stop later. That won't stop me later.
I don't think my rental insurance covers acts of God.
Let me ask you something. No.
Don't you dare. Don't you dare with that.
I'm sorry.
You know how I feel about that.
I hate that too, dude.
I have a very Pacific peeve about that.
I'm sure you do. No, somebody actually called and said that about a U-Haul. I'll tell you about that later.
you a question?
No. To which I've said to a new hire.
Of course. Alexa though, Bayley, that was a really good match. Given the short build it had, and yes, that was intentional.
Yeah.
It was really good. I really enjoyed it. And Alexa winning
This is the right decision.
It was the right decision. I mean, Bayley posted that, and then got hurt, jacked her neck, took a faceful, and then got beat.
But
Alexa covered her.
yeah, with
All over.
with Bayley out of the championship for now until she does her,
Rematch.
yeah. Alexa holding the championship is better. She's better cutting promos. She's great in the ring.
She's better in promos than she is in the ring, but I get what you're saying. She's a much better heel. She can draw a lot of heat.
Yes.
She doesn't have to do a lot.
She just beat Bayley in her hometown. What better way to build heat?
Yeah. And she can have some good matches with Sasha.
If she wasn't so goddamn adorable.
Sasha?
No.
Alexa?
Yeah.
Oh, yes. No, agreed. No, Sasha, I mean, if she doesn't, lose her hair over it. And I mean, Mickey. Her and Mickey could have a match and maybe have a match at Extreme Rules. I'd be fine with that. Mm-hmm. Her, Mickey, and Bayley. 3-way at Extreme Rules. Yes, a 3-way. Those
we're
women.
men.
Yes, manly men. What?
We're men in tights. We roam around the forest looking for fights.
We really should carry on with these. So, still, 4 good matches in a row.
Yeah.
I mean, we were like, oh, this pay-per-view is clicking along, and then, all right, the House of Horrors match.
Oh, God, what a nightmare.
I mean, look.
What D-grade sci-fi movie is this?
It was all of them rolled into one. I mean, that one spot in the kitchen did not pan out. I am really surprised that their wives were not there.
Yeah, they got the idea from a DJ. They call him Skillet.
And then home skillet. They need a hero. So that house really, though, it was very, very blue.
Dabba-dee, dabba-die.
Dabba-dee, dabba-die.
Oh, God, that's terrible.
So bad. But, man...
But then afterwards, Spray turned around and he really read into the house.
He really did. He really did. It was like, I half expected the priest to call somebody in there and yell, "Get out of the house," like Amityville Horror. And
this house is cleansed.
And then James Brolin's beard would have acted out everybody, like in the previous movie. The Chamber... That reminded me so much of Chamber of Horrors, the graveyard match between Sting and Vampiro.
Which Vampiro even commented on?
Vampiro is awesome. I am so glad that he still is in wrestling. Even if Lucha Underground really doesn't quite count.
I mean...
It's good talent, just the writing's crap.
Yeah.
It's really good talent. But this was the sole bad part of the pay-per-view. Because you could have had them battle backstage in some weird setup and then battle to the ring.
Yeah, well, there's that in the end to the next match.
Yes. And Rollins versus Joe. Which was good. It was good battling. Mm-hmm. The crowd was a bit flat. And then you had some good working of Rollins having his knee worked and all that and everything, and it was good.
Because there are some people who know how to sell an injury.
Yes. Ziggler does. Zayn, Rollins, Reigns. Oh, wait, about that last one, which we will get to. But here's the thing. Joe should have won.
Yes.
He should have won. Even if Rollins had been unable to continue and his knee had been taken out and this kind of stuff, and Joe had won because Rollins was unable to continue. You had that going. That would have been a way to protect Rollins. And then, no, Joe gets pinned, and then I see pictures, and I even saw it live. I'm like, wait, Joe's shoulder wasn't on the mat.
Right.
For the full 3 count. What the hell?
And then along with that, if Joe had won, you would have had a feud that could go on till SummerSlam between Rollins and Joe. It only makes sense.
Now.
But now, Joe just seems weaker than Rollins, because Rollins is still technically injured, and I mean, just how do you build up from that? Who do you put him against? Do you continue with Joe? Do you make Joe continue to lose, or only give him wins outside of pay-per-views? I mean, seriously.
It's pretty devastating. I mean, and it's not Rollins' fault. It's just bad booking.
Yeah.
It just made no sense. It's not because Rollins had that big win at Mania. If he lost to Rollins or lost to Joe, like I said, or lost whatever, just got choked out, that wouldn't have been bad.
Yeah.
He would have looked strong in defeat, and then you could have continued to.
There are ways to make somebody lose without having them tap out or be pinned.
Yeah.
And any of those would have worked in this scenario.
And they didn't do that. Mm-hmm. They didn't do that at all.
You could have had him work the knee and then drag him out to the up the ramp, power slam him down, and then walk back into the ring and just wait.
Power slam him, yeah. Hit the snap power slam, yeah. And then, yes, he couldn't get back.
Yeah.
I agree. But it wasn't a bad match. I just didn't agree with Rollins winning because it kills the feud dead. Mm-hmm. Just dead.
Yeah.
Because now what does Joe have to say? Because it's like his feud with Balor in NXT. He lost like he lost December. Yeah, he lost 2 takeover matches. And still,
it would have been a whole student becomes a master dynamic where Samoa Joe's working for Triple H.
Yeah.
Triple H loses. Samoa Joe's time to step up, and then you drop him back down.
Yeah,
that was bad.
It was really bad because Joe is, even though he's got some left in the tank, he does not have a ton left in the tank.
No,
got a couple.
Which is why I said you could drag this out to SummerSlam.
Yeah, but he's got a couple years left. But it's like if you're going to kill him dead right here, then you might as well just continue to 2019 or whenever his contract's up and get rid of him. Mm-hmm. I mean, and I'm not saying one people without a job, but if you take away their name value, that's it.
Yeah.
So then we had more Bray versus Orton. Well, that was crap. And then Jinder with a seek and destroy mentality,
which you completely called gender interfering.
I did actually, which is really scary because I didn't think I was going to call that right. But still, I mean, it's like. I guess it was a way, it was a way to protect. I don't think it was a way to protect Orton because Orton was still the champion. He was not going to lose the title. And then it's like, okay, so the Singh brothers, cool, whatever. I mean, how you could not hear those guys coming with shirts that loud, I don't know.
And Bray deserves better than that House of Horrors match.
Yeah, I mean, Jesus. And
sure, he deserves the win. I shouldn't say he deserves the win. He earned that win.
Yes, he did. But It was Final Deletion, Total Nonstop Deletion, and Tag Team Apocalypto from Impact Wrestling.
Yeah.
But not
Let
done
the
as well.
feud end here.
Oh, God.
No more Orton.
No.
No more Orton and Bray.
Well, they're on separate brands anyway, so
Yeah.
you kind of can't do that.
So,
If you want to cross-promote a SummerSlam in a tag match or something, I'm fine.
I mean, you could always have the Hardys team up with Bray. That would be an awesome combination. Or a feud between Bray and Matt Hardy at some point.
Bray and Matt versus Orton
Or
and
Bray
Jeff.
and Balor.
Or that. But Bray and Matt versus Orton and Jeff if Jeff were to go to SmackDown. If they were to split the Hardys.
True.
Something. Fantasy booking for another time, though. The House of Horrors match, and I'm going to call it that.
Ass.
It was ass. It was...
It was cheap production.
Despite trying to look polished. You can't polish up a turd.
No, it wasn't even polished. The whole production of it was terrible. I mean, just from a sheer technical point of view, everything was off with that.
I felt bad for the May tag.
The lighting was just like early 1990s WCW bad production.
Poor Abdullah the Butcher getting fried in the Chamber of Horrors.
Yeah, just...
I have expected RoboCop to come and rip the door off.
punk.
JR overselling the whole thing with RoboCop's strength.
About to school you in some Detroit violence.
Looks like he was weller off after that role. So, that was the sole bad point. Even Rollins versus Joe wasn't bad except for the finish.
Yeah.
And then Braun versus Reigns, I was so worried in the beginning because I'm like, okay, look at Reigns, and he's not really selling enough.
He wasn't even...
He was barely selling his move. Oh, he suddenly can't breathe, but then he's hitting Superman punches and spears.
Cole, bless your heart, just trying to sell that injury as much as you could to make up for Roman not selling it at all. It was like, I'm injured. Full sprint!
I mean, look, and this is not picking on Reigns.
It's like kids in a play fight, you know?
Yeah.
When it's like a fake sword battle. Ha, I got your arm. Okay, I can't use my arm.
Right. Well, no, it was like soccer injuries. He gets poked in the eye, and suddenly he's like down, and he can't see, and he's got gangrene in half his face or whatever. He's being carted off. Yellow card, green card. Anyway, so
See?
so it just here's the thing. I was so worried, and like you said about Cole. Yes, he was trying his best. The problem, and I'm not even picking on Reigns. It's creative.
Yeah.
But also part of the thing is WWE. You are not
Kayfabe injuries don't work.
They don't. It was good at the end because I was like, okay, Reigns hits a spear out of nowhere. Of course he does. Oh, he's gonna
with
win.
that injured shoulder.
Right, yeah. And of course he doesn't win. Braun does a power slam. Okay, he doesn't win. Does a second power slam and actually wins. And I'm literally floored when I see that. Because I'm like,
WWE's like, and Mike's down.
right? Because they were cheering Braun, which they should have.
Thank you, Strowman.
Yeah, thank you, Strowman. I'm not picking on Reigns the person. I'm picking on Reigns the character.
It's ass.
Yes, it's total ass. And guess what? The fans chain, you deserve it. I don't care how many Reigns fanboys and fangirls come here. Guess what? Fuck you all. If you're going to get upset, he deserves those chants. Not
to be
the
fair,
man himself.
To be fair, the character's got a lot of potential, but it needs to be built right.
Yeah.
And right now, he needs to be a heel. Not because everyone wants him to be a heel, but because he needs to gain popularity in some sense before he gains popularity as a face.
See, they needed to do that, in my opinion, right after Mania 31, when they lost to Brock and the fans were cheering because Rollins pinned Reigns. They should have flipped the switch right there. But they didn't.
Braun won.
He did.
I won that prediction.
You did, because I feared that Reigns would win. And then, of course, beating him up, and he was bleeding. Reigns was bleeding. So then...
And by some reports, out the ass.
Anal bleeding.
Chipotle.
But it was that victory by Braun and the subsequent beating afterwards brought the thing back up, because I'm not kidding to you, House of Horrors dropped that thing down 2 grades.
Yeah.
It went from A+ to C+ right there.
I'm a big Bray Wyatt fan. I couldn't get behind the House of Horrors.
No.
Because I have no idea where it's located.
I can't get behind the House of Horrors because I don't have that kind of money.
I mean, God, when I saw House of Horrors, like you saw my tweets, it was the first name that came to mind was Uwe Boll. And if you know who Uwe Boll is, you know why I think that was terrible.
Chris, I I'm so angry at you for giving me flashbacks of his movies. House of the Dead, Alone in the Dark.
He has ruined many a video game
in
franchise.
the Name of the King. Right? Yeah, that one was shit. How did he get all those actors in that movie?
Germany's tax credits that you get for being a producer.
Really? Because
it's the main reason why he does it. Is just he gets cutbacks on his taxes.
I was assuming because he had dirty pics on him and he was going to use it against him. Like Lily Sobieski. I don't know. I mean,
anyway.
Moving on from that. This gets a B+.
Yes.
Here's why it gets a B+. Because even though House of Horrors was terrible, I didn't agree with Rollins winning. The first 4 matches were great. The kickoff I don't even factor into this because that was just a warm-up. And same with Miz TV because that didn't do anything for me. B+.
Yeah, I would have to say... Actually, you know what? I would say a B.
Okay.
Jericho shouldn't have won that.
I'll agree.
Jericho in any other case should have won that.
Yeah.
But with you having to step out, Owen should have retained. There's that. Because House of Horrors was just too poorly made and set up to really feel legitimate.
Though the broken heart.
Bray needed a clean victory over Orton.
Mm-hmm. He did. I mean,
so right now it was a bit of a toss up on should I give it a B+ or should I give it a B, and just factoring Roman's poor performance,
right?
Jericho getting the belt, and the House of Horrors match, I'm gonna bring it to a B.
And that's fair. So, I'm only saying B+ because Braun won and he should have won. He beat down Reigns.
Oh, yeah.
The problem is now, is Reigns going to show up tomorrow? And he's gonna Superman through everything because creative isn't going to learn. And by the way, the fans, Shane, you deserve it. Bravo. Fans, Shane, thank you, Strowman. Bravo. And the ones that are changing it because of Reigns the character, not Reigns the human being. If you're saying Reigns the human being deserved it, fuck you all. But anyway, that's all I'm going to say for that. So anyway, do you agree? Do you disagree with what we've said? Like, share, comment, subscribe in that order, apparently with my hand motions. Twitter links, thumbnail are in the description. It's been Real Honesty with John Ritland. I'm John Ritland. That man is
the Debonator.
And we will see you tomorrow.